On Monday, just how are you feeling getting this team to actually, play against an actual opponent?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's early, so it's exciting to kind of be able to get the team together and have a real opponent. We don't usually get to play this early and kind of see what all the things we need to work on, so it's exciting.
What's the biggest adjustment, Caroline, that newcomers have to make when they come to UConn, even if they're transfers and they've been around? Because obviously the urgency here is a little different probably than it is in other places. So what's the biggest adjustment they have to make?
I think just the standard here is so different than anywhere else. I mean, obviously out of high school, but especially any other school. People come here and they're like, I've never worked this hard. I've never had this much expected of me. And so I think just the expectation that every little thing matters. I don't think anywhere else really pays attention to that level of detail like we do. So I would say that, just the work ethic and just paying attention to the little things.
What are your impressions of how Sarah has handled that?
Williams?
Yes.
Sorry. She's handled it really well. I think when she came in, you could tell that she was ready to get going and she wanted to help our team. And, she was obviously not new to college basketball, so she had experience, but she was new to everything that was here. And she definitely was able to balance that of knowing that, she had the confidence of she had played at a high level, played in the Big Ten, but still it was new for her here. So just being able to learn, and I think she's done really well.
Where do you see Blanca's experience the most in how she plays? I mean, she's played with older women, more physicality. Where do you see that in her game?
Yeah, definitely the physicality, to come in as a freshman and be able to take hits like she has or take bumps the way that she has. And just the next play, I think she doesn't let a lot of times, younger players come in or freshmen come in and they let the little things kind of keep them down, or any little thing that coach says or something you can see it fester at them, but she kind of has this good sense of just letting things roll off her back. I don't know if she's actually letting it roll off her back, but it seems like she is, and she's able to actually move on to the next play.
Forget who said it last. Somebody said you and Sarah and Blanca are calling yourselves the hybrids. It just what does that mean? What is that kind of practice group like for you guys?
And that kind of started this summer because we a lot of times we'll do guard workouts, but then Sarah was mostly with the post, then every once in a while she jumped down with the guards, and I was mostly with the guards and I would jump down with the posts. And so then we kind of started doing our workouts together, and then when Blanca came in, she obviously joined that fold, so then we started calling ourselves the hybrids with Jamel. And it's just fun to be able to have that type of versatility, and to be able to, the three of us can play on the outside, we can play on the inside, and you can get a different look no matter what. And it's fun to kind of have our own little group because we're not guards or not posts. So.
What's it like to balance all the things that you're balancing? You're going to have more of a leadership role this year. Someone called you a mom just now, and just, you're working to get your game back to where it was. I mean, how are you able to balance all of these different things right now?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. I think I take a lot of pride in my leadership role and just being able to be someone that they can all go to. And the mom thing, I definitely would not have expected that to have come from me, because when I was a freshman, Avina was the mom, and I would never have thought that would have been me. And then it kind of just evolved, and now I do take a lot of pride in it, and I like to be the person that if they need anything, they can come to, and my door is always open. My mom called me the other day and she's like, I'm surprised no one else is in your bed. All the kids are always just jumping around, or they'll be say hi to my mom. So I think I like that, just to have that. But it also is a good distraction for a lot of the things that I'm dealing with. So to have that and then balance that with coming back, it's kind of a good mix.
Coach constantly talks about you in a day-to-day kind of qualifier. Do you feel like you're pushing the envelope and getting a little beyond that, where you're stringing together a week or 2 weeks and feeling really good?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the best that I've felt. I think that it's kind of hard to get too caught up in that type of stuff, or get too kind of, optimistic because of just how things have gone. But I think for me, I've just kind of always focused on keeping it day to day, and just because I just don't really know kind of with my condition what day-to-day really looks like. But this is the most that I've been involved since probably I took the time off in my junior year. So I'm doing everything, did everything all summer. I'm participating in everything right now, so I'm definitely making a lot of progress.
Do you feel like the rust might be coming off your game a little bit after not playing for so long?
Yeah, there's definitely that, it's an adjustment, and, having been out, even though I have been here for now 5 years, I haven't been on the court, so it's like now trying to get back integrated into, everything that they're doing, and, a lot of these people, like, I haven't really played with, even though I've been here with them, so just trying to, get back to myself, and I feel like for the longest time I was so focused on just surviving when I was on the floor and just like trying to prove that I could be out there, and now I'm trying to focus on, getting back to my old self and getting back to those old tendencies that I had.
What's the emotion? Is it exciting to feel the way you do right now? Is it emotional for you? I mean, how do you feel?
Yeah, it's exciting, but again, I try not to get too high or too low, because I think sometimes that can affect how I feel. Because if I'm okay, I'm good, I'm cleared, I'm cured, everything's fine, and then something happens, then it's kind of spirals downhill. Or if something happens, I don't want to stay there. I want to know that I can move on from it. So it's definitely exciting, but I try to keep it all level and just try not to get too high or too low.
How has the leadership stuff evolved for you, coming from kind of leading from the bench to now being on the floor and navigating that?
Yeah, I think it started out because I wanted to still have an impact when I was out, and the way that I could do that was, being a voice and, reacting to things that I see. So I think now being able to play, it's definitely helped me to kind of still have an impact, because, obviously there are times where I'm not always involved in stuff. So to be able to still have that, and then now when you're playing, you're way more involved and you're way more, integrated in the stuff that we do. So I think it really helps.
You and AZ are the fifth years this year. Where have you seen her leadership growth too?
Yeah, we were just talking about this. It's crazy, how far we've both come here. We've been through a lot of stuff together and separately, but we've always helped each other get through it. And, when we first came in, we were both really quiet, and that's kind of her style of leadership, is just all lead by example. And I think that everybody follows her lead, and everybody, looks to her. And I think this year she's really been trying and making a concerted effort to, use her voice, because I always tell her, if you say something, everybody will look. It doesn't matter what you say, because you have that voice and you have that presence. So I think she's really grown in that sense. And, we're good with, being able to bounce off each other and, work together.
What are your hopes to get out of the exhibition game, either personally or as a team? What are you kind of looking forward to?
I think just, getting on the floor and playing another team. We've been playing against each other, or the practice guys, for it feels like so long now. So just to have another opponent and be able to see what we can work on, and something that you can't, when we play against each other or we play against practice guys, you can pretty much control it. It's not as, sporadic as a regular game. You don't know what they're going to run. They don't know what we're going to run. So it's more exciting that way.
As a baller, getting on the court and getting those minutes is sort of euphoric. I mean, what's it going to mean to you to get on the court and experience those minutes again as a baller?
Yeah, I just keep saying, I just want to be able to impact my team. And I think throughout my recovery, I didn't know if I was going to come back. So I've worked so hard to, get to this point that I'm not exactly just cool with staying where I'm at. So I think just being able to make an impact any way I can. Just like you said, as a basketball player, as a competitor, there's nothing like actually playing and actually contributing, especially after, being hurt on the sideline and everything I went through. It's definitely exciting.
Coach has talked about Sarah Strong getting more vocal this year. Just what kind of difference have you seen in her from freshman to sophomore year?
Yeah, she's similar to AZ, where her style is more just lead by example. But I think this year, and we've definitely had conversations about it, and I've challenged her to, again, when you say something, everybody will look. And she's kind of thought, well, I'm still an underclassman and whatever, but I'm like, but you're still Sarah Strong. You're still, everybody's going to look when you say something. Everybody's going to listen. You've, earned that respect from everybody. You're not just anybody saying something. So I think that she's really taken that and been able to really lead her group.
You and Yana got pretty close while you guys were both out. What's it like to see her get so excited to play again and have that timeline be like, 3 days from now?
Yeah, I'm so excited for her. She's been through a lot, obviously, in the last few years, and having been so close, I've seen, all the ups and downs that she's had to go through, and so for her to just get her in practice consistently, I find myself just watching her and like so excited that she gets to actually play, and she's so athletic, she's so explosive, and she has such an impact when she's out there. So just to get her to play in a real game and wear the uniform again, it's the little things that are really exciting.